Welcome to Python for Introductory Statistics. In this video, we'll learn how to find the margin of error for the mean using the t-distribution. And here is the example. So the example here says a random sample of 25 test scores, so the sample size n is 25, has a mean of 89, so it is the sample mean, and the sample standard deviation is 4. And then we're asked to find the 90% confidence interval, margin of error and confidence interval for the mean. This is the formula. So the T alpha over 2 here times S over square root of n is from the T distribution. So we'll need from the inverse T distribution. The middle part is the confidence interval, which is 90%. So the rest 10% is divided into 2, and we needed area to the left of T alpha over 2 because we're looking for the inverse. And that would be this area, the middle area C plus the left tail, which is 1 minus C over 2. So let's go ahead and use our Google Colab to do that. So let's, from SciPy, we needed to include, or you need to import stats first. Now, remember the confidence interval is 0.9. And then area to the left of alpha over T alpha over 2 is going to be C plus 1 minus C divided by over 2. And now we're going to call the inverse T distribution. So it's PPF, and then area to the left. Now the degrees of freedom is n minus 1. In our case, n was 25 minus 1. And this will give us the T alpha over 2. And then to find the margin of error, we need the T alpha over 2. I'm just going to copy and paste it here. And then we have to multiply it by what? By the standard deviation, which I believe was 4. And we divide it by the square root of n, which is 25, raised to 0.5. And if we run this, it will give us the margin of error. Now, you can change this, the confidence interval and everything else, but I've also provided a function here that you can copy. So if you go to chapter 10, section 2, which is where confidence interval for the mean with t-distribution is, you can copy this function here and paste it into your Google Colab, and you can run this to make sure it goes well. Good. Now let's call this function. It's called error t mean, but we wanted to copy this so we don't make any mistake, like spelling errors. So when we paste this, now C is the confidence level, which in this case is 0.9, right? And then the standard deviation is 4, and the sample size is 25. And if we run this, we'll also get the same value. So the margin of error can be found this way. Now you can easily use another code here to add and subtract the mean in order to find the confidence interval. In this case, the mean is 89. So you will add 89 and subtract 89 from the margin of error to find the confidence interval.